Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and last week it was decided that the Caves and Cliffs update would be split into two separate updates. Alongside that announcement, they also put out this handy FAQ which explains that the first part will be called 1.17 and will be releasing this summer, while the second part will be called 1.18 and releasing around the holiday season. We obviously know that 1.18 will include the Caves and the Cliffs. Those are the features so hard they had to delay the update, but then that raises the big question of what exactly is coming in 1.17. What can we expect in this summer's update? And thankfully, there is an answer in the FAQ explaining that it comes with all of these features on screen and potentially some more, but I wanted to go through all of the confirmed features in 1.17 to let you know what you still can be excited for releasing this summer or in just a couple of months. So let's get straight into it. And so to help showcase and explain every single feature in this update, we've split them into three major categories. There are items, there are blocks, and there are mobs, and we'll be going through each of those today. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Did you know greater than 99% of house fires happen to people who aren't subscribed to the IBX Toycat YouTube channel? You might also know that 1.17 won't be including the new cave generation, of course, but it will be including 5 brand new crafting recipes. Here are all 5 if you want to see them side by side, but to keep things simple, here is the first one, probably the most complex actually. It is the bundle. The bundle is a really fun new survival item where, let's say you have a bunch of non-easily stackable items like bones and string and seeds. Previously these would clutter up your inventory, and Minecraft is trying their best to avoid that. So now what you can do is you can right click items into a bundle and you combine lots of different stacks together as long as the total doesn't equal more than one stack. So I can have all of these different separate items, the flower, the arrow, the rotten flesh, the seeds, you know, things that would clutter up your inventory previously, and it can take just a single slot of my inventory. This is a really great feature of the bundle, and the idea is it's kind of like an early game way to manage your inventory. Some people call it an early game shulker box, and I kind of like that as a way to explain it. It's not great for carrying around huge amounts of stuff, but if you just have a bunch of garbage covering your inventory and you want to put it in one place, it will be great for that. It'll also be great for going on mining trips and getting lots of different but kind of rare ores, so I like the bundle. I also like the candle. The candle is much easier to explain. How does it work? Well, you take a honeycomb and you take a string and you combine them together, and what do you get? You get a candle. You can then dye these candles in a bunch of different colors, and then you light the candle on fire and it's a form of light. You can also put multiple candles on a block. It's going to be kind of fun. I mean, it's less fun than it would have been in the Warden Cave, but it still does exist, just like this next feature, which is of course the telescope. The telescope is made from 2 copper ingots. Copper ingots are a brand new ore coming. They're a new type of block we'll be covering later. But if you take 2 copper ingots and you take a amethyst shard, another type of item coming in this update, you'll be able to make the spyglass. So the spyglass is a way to look at things that are far away. A lot of people compare it to Optifine, but this is like built into the game, and I mean, arguably worse because of the fact that it like shows it to you in a frame. But I think it's a much more Minecrafty way of looking at things that are far away, like some of the new mobs in this update. But yeah, we can see that the spyglass is a really fun little item by itself, just like the glow frame. So in this update, there is a brand new type of ink called the glow ink sack. How do you get this? From a brand new mob, because you know it's far away, whatever. Anyway, so with that said, if you combine this brand new glow sack with a item frame, what you get is a brand new type of item frame called the glowing item frame. Let me just show you right there. You can do it in pretty much any way you want to, and you get the glowing item frame, and the glowing item frame is a source of light as well as being an item frame in its own right. So to show you a example of it right here, let's remove, like, I don't know, that right there, and put my little spyglass in there. Isn't that spyglass so much more emphasized than this one? It's actually hard to spot the difference because it's so lit up here because of the brand new cave type that isn't in 1.17, but I think it looks pretty, so I'm using it as the background for this video. Hope that's not confusing for you, but what shouldn't be confusing is the lightning rod. The lightning rod is crafted from 3 pieces of copper together, and it basically will attract lightning towards it. It's fun, and it does exist. Also, while we're talking about new items, this isn't a crafting recipe, but there is going to be another brand new item, although it's much more like a block than item. It's the powder snow bucket. You can pick up and place powder snow via the bucket. It's a very weird thing in my opinion, and yeah, obviously powdered snow is something you can also fall through if you're not wearing well, actually, yeah, powdered snow is something you'll fall through if you're not wearing the boots. So here is me falling through powdered snow. Wow, look at how my screen gets icy around the edges. Except now I put on the boots and I jump onto the top and I'm not falling through it. And then I take off my boots, and what's that? I'm falling through the ice again, and I'm starting to get frostbitten. And if I stay in here long enough, you'll also get a brand new effect coming in 1.17, the frostiness. Wow, isn't that fun? Yeah, that is kind of fun, isn't it? So yeah, again, confirmed feature for 1.17. There won't be the brand new cliffs to find these on, but you still will be able to get the powdered snow buckets themselves. So next up here, we've got the blocks. So blocks are one of the best things about Minecraft. Some would say blocks are the things that make up Minecraft. Isn't it crazy? Look at this blocks logo. This text explaining to you the new blocks coming in 1.17 is made itself from blocks. Think about that. Everything you're looking at right now is just blocks. Even the pixels that make up your screen are arguably just a type of block. Anyway, let's not go too deep. Let's instead talk about the Amethyst Geode. So this is one of the few generation changes that will be coming prior to 1.18. Obviously, the brand new caves, brand new cliffs, not coming till 1.18. I'm making that abundantly clear so there's no confusion. But what you can find before 1.18 is this, a Amethyst Geode. And I think it's pretty cool, honestly. I mean, like, there's a few things I like about it. First of all, it's pretty. I mean, like, oh, look at this thing. It's gonna be nice to find. Second of all, when you walk on it, it makes some really nice sounds. I mean, like, you hearing that? It's nice, isn't it? It's real nice. I like these sounds. They're good sounds. And so, yeah, as well as that, obviously you can farm the crystals that will grow from this place. If you do decide to farm those crystals, oh wow, that mining sound is beautiful. But if you do decide to farm those crystals, you can take any 4 of those crystals and you'll be able to make one of these Amethyst Geode blocks. Isn't that beautiful? It's a trick question, of course it's beautiful. Also, found around these places, this one wasn't on the confirmed list as best I could tell, but it is something that's likely to come with it. Basalt can be smelted to make smooth basalt, a brand new part of this update. Again, it'd be weird not to have that, but we'll assume for now that it will be in there. So anyway, let's head back to the next set of blocks, because this is really interesting. Even though the world height won't be lowered, there won't be new caves and there won't be the new thing, what you will be able to find is, interestingly enough, deep slate. Deep slate will generate in the current layers. Oops, shouldn't have broken that one. That's infested deep slate. Well, let's just try and avoid a silverfish as we do the rest of this. Because yeah, all of the brand new cave blocks, including deep slate, which is a harder to mine version of stone, effectively, that will have all the different types of ores, will exist in Minecraft. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention while I was talking about items, as well as having just, when you mine, if we take this netherite pickaxe right here, if we mine, for instance, the raw, if we mine the iron, what we'll find is a brand new thing. You know, I'm just gonna kill this. Okay, let's do it. Let's do a critical hit. I can do this to myself. I can do this. Yeah, okay. No, I just... That's why you always want to be careful with silverfish. If you attack one, it causes the other to go crazy. So anyway, there is also a brand new concept called raw ore. Instead of mining a block and getting the ore block itself, you get this, a brand new raw type of iron. So it's called raw iron, and you can smelt it up to make iron ingots. But the great thing about raw iron is it will stop your inventory being cluttered, because now if you mine in a deep slate iron or you mine regular iron, it will give you the same blocks, the raw iron. Same with the raw gold, and indeed the third type of raw block, the raw salmon. As you can see, that is very distinctly a raw salmon block, but no, that's copper, obviously. Copper can also be collected in the same way, which means that fortune will now work on copper, gold, and iron, unlike previously, and also that whether you're mining deep slate or regular ores, you'll get the same thing that you can take back to your base, and you can smelt up if you really want to. So that's nice in my opinion. Also, deep slate is really great for builders. It's kind of similar to blackstone, but in some ways better, I would argue, because as you can see, you can combine it to make a whole bunch of brand new blocks. Look how pretty deep slate is. This is tiled deep slate, this is cracked deep slate, this is chiseled deep slate, I want to say. There's a lot of types of deep slate you have access to, and it's a pretty new block that you can enjoy as of 1.17, not 1.18. So next up here, we've got the lush cave blocks, because as well as dripstone blocks, you'll be able to find lush cave blocks, as you can see around here. There won't be lush caves, but they will generate in some way in the existing caves. I really am curious to see what that means, but we don't know too much for sure. Also, obviously, just if I didn't mention fully enough already, there is a dripstone. It's like a spiky thing. If it falls on your head, it hurts you. Also, there's a block you can make from them. Also, lava will drip through the dripstone, and you can therefore have infinite lava in this update and not the one following it. So honestly, as far as my... there is a motorcycle outside of my apartment here. But yeah, as you can probably tell from that, there's lots of fun things going on. Also, here are the copper blocks. Four bits of copper will make some copper. That's you know, copper ingots makes copper. And obviously, that sounded kind of at first it was 9, they lowered it to 4. It's a great little change having just 4 copper ingots being required to make a copper block. And then if you leave the copper block out long enough, it will slowly weather, just like in real life, turning from orange to orangey green to greeny orange to green. The fun fact you always have to mention, and I still honestly think it's kind of crazy, is the Statue of Liberty, which is famously green, is actually made from copper. It used to be orange, it's just weathered over the years, and so you too can have a Minecraft build which ages over time. Or if you want, I actually lost my honeycomb wax. What you can actually do is you can take some of that and you can wax any of these blocks if you want to keep them in their current state. So if we wax the block, then it will no longer be able to change from being orange to green. It will stay orange forever, just in case you want to build in the old style, which I think is fun and great and delightful. So yeah, that is all of the blocks in this update, and you better believe we have one last category to go through in this one-take video, because there are mobs which are coming in 1.17 too. Have you heard of mobs? I mean, officially they're called monsters, or they're called animals, and so there are 3 brand new animals coming in 1.17. Sadly, the Warden is not among them. The Warden is not going to be coming, even though it is a mob type, but all 3 other mobs are going to be. So here is mob type number 1. It's a goat. Some would say goat, and obviously that's the correct pronunciation, but I hear goat as the thing they want you to say. So there is the goat. There is this thing right here. Obviously, for some reason they always despawn. I wonder what the scoop of that is. Oh, that's the goat spawning. Let's put that back. But as you can see, there is also the glow squid, which is a type of squid. Get this right. This is crazy. You will never believe this. It's incredible, the technology that Minecraft is putting in this update. It's a squid, but it glows. To everyone who was like, no, Minecraft would never just put in a mob that's just a squid, but it glows. Here is a squid, and guess what? It glows. That is the noise. I was worried that noise was the glow squid, and I was like, oh, that's cool. No, that was the goat being goaty. The goats are really, really goaty. The glow squid, it swims around, and you can make glowing item frames. Are you proud of yourself, Minecraft community? Are you proud? We delayed 1.18 for this. Are you happy with that? Are you not? You shouldn't be. So next up, we've got the axolotl. As you can see, the axolotl can be spawned in with a spawn egg, but also, just like fish, you can pick one up using a bucket of water, which is adorable. The bucket of axolotl, and we can place it down like over there. Isn't that cute? Oh wait, I want him back. No, come back, axolotl, I love you. So yeah, axolotls, they're cute. They'll help you fight things, but also they're like one of the animals you can't tame. You can just become friends with them. It's kind of wacky. And so yeah, it's also worth mentioning, so in the same way that the axolotl will attack guardians with you if you want them to, in the same way that glow squids will give you glow item frames, because yeah, that's a worthwhile feature. Thank you, Minecraft community. Good job. You really nailed it with your voting. I sure am glad that one day the multitudes of you will start participating in democracy, and we can start seeing how badly those systems will go as well. And then we've got the goats. So the goats seem like they're just very goaty animals that make little what do you even describe a goat noise as? You know, like little bars, bleeps, I don't know what you'd call it. But also, as well as that, if we climb this lovely staircase, you know what, this staircase should have been made from Deep Slate. This video was a mistake. Just like the Minecraft community voting for the glow squid, but also, as you can see right here, goats can be tied to fences, and that's cute, honestly. No, the last thing I want to show you about goats doesn't exist on Java yet, because they can ram things, which is cute. They can do little jumps, which is cute. They can make little babies, which is cute. But also, if the goat horn rams something, it has a chance of dropping a goat horn, and a goat horn can be played to make this sound. And I think that's a fun little feature. What is the use of the goat horn making that sound? What is the use of the goat as a whole? We don't really know yet. There are theories that the goat horn has something to do with the warden, maybe, as like a way to scare him away, but there's no warden in 1.17. So the goat is going to be the 1.17 updates. Useless mob quotient. Every update has to come with a useless mob. If it doesn't have a useless mob, it's not made by Mojang, and that's fine. You know what? There are plenty of features in this update that actually are enjoyable. I think if you're a survival player and you have an existing world, you're going to be very happy with this stuff. If you don't have an existing world, I know a lot of people are going to be putting it off so they can enjoy 1.17 and 1.18, I guess, in its fullest. But I would say there are plenty of features in this update, and those are just the ones announced so far. There's also the bed rule. If you don't know, if you sleep on a multiplayer server, you can change the rule so that one person sleeping is the same as everyone sleeping, which I think is a fine enough and fun enough rule. But yeah, basically, they have officially changed some things in this update, and I think that's fun. And you know, if you don't think it's fun, then maybe you know, maybe you should wait for 1.18. But no, I think 1.17 is still an update to be excited for. It is nowhere near as ambitious as the update that we were expecting last spring, of course. But, you know, things change, and sometimes those things are bad. And I guess as a community, our job is to update our expectations accordingly, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I hope you'll enjoy this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.